I'd like to share with you my story. Early this year, I had a physical condition called urticaria, or nettle rash. It's a rash that came up on my body, started with coming on my arms, and then it got worse going to my torso. I went the normal route, which is going to the doctors, and the doctor had to just diagnose what it was all about, so I knew what I was facing. And then from the doctor, I went to see a specialist because I wanted it to clear up properly. So how many of us will go that route normally, because this is the route that we usually take. We go to the doctor. Now, being a healer, I know that underlying every physical symptom is an emotional stress. But I didn't work immediately with my stress. All I wanted to do was the quick fix route to get rid of my symptoms. But after 2 months, my symptoms still persisted, and by this time I'd been on 2 different types of antibiotics, and I had tried various creams, and nothing had worked. So I worked with my emotions, finally, and found out that the word that came up which related to my symptoms was survival. There's been a whole pattern of survival going on in the country at the moment, which we are all interconnected, so whatever's going on globally is going to affect us. But on a personal level, there was a pattern of survival going from my childhood, when my parents got divorced and my family had to survive, family of 4, my mother had to bring up a family of 4 by herself. And then the pattern kind of repeated at other different stages in my life, going through a divorce. You've got the survival symptoms coming up there again, or the survival word that relates to physical symptoms, because it builds up in the body at cellular memory. So our body carries the memory of everything that's gone on in our lives, consciously and subconsciously. It's very hard to work with the subconscious patterns in our life because we are only able to work normally on a mental construct of what we're consciously aware of. So we need a little bit of help sometimes to work with these subconscious patterns. So an energy healing was done on me, and the next day 70% cleared up. But I knew I needed to work a little bit more, and I did some detoxification, and my symptoms completely cleared up now. The reason why I'm sharing this story with you is because if I had gone on with the antibiotic route, it would have been perhaps another 3 or 4 lots of antibiotics, and I would have still been left with a problem, because the antibiotics were supposed to have cleared it up straight away, but obviously there was another reason that I needed to work deeper. So what we do as energy healers is work with the root cause of the problem as opposed to working with the symptoms. You can't just treat the symptoms, you've got to get to the root cause of the problem and work on it holistically, which is what I did. So you might like to think about maybe where you've had physical symptoms that haven't healed up quickly, that you've fallen into the same pattern as I did, going to the doctors straight away, which is the right thing to do if you've got things that you're worried about. But if they don't heal, there is a way to investigate other ways of working deeper with your symptoms so that you can heal yourself. So for example, if you've got scar tissue that has formed a keloid scar and it's not healed, you might find, and we have seen this often when we've been doing healing, that you go back to the actual time of the trauma, whether it be a car accident or whatever the trauma is. Remember, it's in your body at a cellular level, and we need to heal it at a cellular level. So we go back, do a visualization technique, and that visualization technique creates a chemical reaction in your body which starts your own innate healing within. And I've seen scar tissue completely flatten out in front of my eyes. So physically you can see, and simultaneously you can see, that the body can heal itself immediately. It doesn't even need time.